PartinG, right? Like, it's so much fun.
I mean, even me, I'm like excited for this match, and I mean, I'm a Zerg player myself, so we're gonna have a lot of fun in this. And looks like we have PartinG in the top left, part of the online clan Lotem, also a Dota team in KDL, and I was also part of that clan as well at some point.
Really?
Yeah, man. And we have Zest in the bottom right.
And this is the KeSPA Cup quarterfinals for Group 4. So if this is the quarterfinals, Zest versus PartinG,
wow.
And this is one of 8 groups. Like, just imagine the matches that we have. It's
I cannot believe there's like 8 of these sort of games happening at this moment in time. It's actually insane. And,
it's so much fun.
One thing I have seen from Zest in the past is Zest does seem to have kind of like the weaker PvP at the top. He's still like top tier, but like compared to Su, compared to no, it's not Su, it's compared to SOS.
Yeah.
He's like, he just seems to be just not quite there yet. But and like especially in the late game, like he seemed to have some trouble like making like that perfect kind of composition, and we did see that for sure against SOS. So it's going to be interesting to see how this game goes and what how it gets to the end game. Are we going to see any aggression early on? And it is King Sejong Station, so it's a lot more defensive, a lot harder to kind of attack into the natural, and we do definitely see 3 bases often.
Yeah, I think so, but I don't know. Zest was considered almost a PvP sniper like 6 months to a year ago. Like, I think that's one of the reasons why he was the Protoss player that really shined when Protoss was dominating everything, because he could kill Protoss.
Right.
But lately, like, PartinG has been playing so well, SOS has been playing so well, all these other Protoss players have been playing so well that it almost feels like he's fallen off. But these are 2 of like the best PvP players on the planet.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt about that. It's going to be very exciting to see how this game turns out. Do you see a scout early on from Zest?
Yeah, PartinG not scouting, didn't even scout his main for proxies. He's just very confident. He thinks he knows Zest style, and I think he does.
This is very interesting. And see where that pylon placement is. We don't actually have a view of it just yet, but PartinG has that pylon like, in a position where you can put a Stargate on the low ground.
Yeah, we saw that just a few days ago, but it doesn't look like he's going to be doing that. Just a 2-gate opening and mirrored builds up until this point for Zest and PartinG, but Zest mining a little bit more gas. Or as I say that, PartinG overtakes him, I guess. I don't know.
It's very early to say, for sure. And we do see that early second gate from PartinG. What does that usually mean when you see that early second gate?
So usually having a second early gateway, it gives you a little bit more map control in the early game. You want to have those stalkers back in your main base in time to defend any Oracle pressure, unless you're going like, say, Phoenix. But usually that's off an 11 gate, not 2 gate. So it gives you a little bit control. It gives you some safety in the mid game. And this is a really good blink map. Not necessarily blink all in, though it can definitely do that. And yeah, we see Zest throw down a Twilight Council. I wouldn't be surprised if PartinG threw down a Twilight Council before the second and third stalker started. And the way this should work out, PartinG will be able to have a little bit of an advantage in the early game in terms of map control, but Zest isn't going to contest it. They're both going to go blink most likely. And, 2 sentries. So I guess PartinG's going to expand. I'm actually a little bit surprised because PartinG's control, like, he has some of the best control of any Protoss player. Like, Life is like, gets value of his Zerg units, PartinG gets value of his Protoss units.
Right.
So, I don't know. Especially on this map, with Blink being so good. I don't know. This is going to be really tough for him to defend because he's going to throw down a robotics facility off this, I think. But,
and it's going to be kind of up to Zest to do some aggression here, considering it is going to be very fast natural. So obviously Zest is going to be pressuring with these Blink Stalkers, trying to find what he can. Do you think he'll actually go for a kill, or do you think he'll just take his own natural?
So there are either 2 ways he can play this. He can go completely all in and try and catch PartinG out position. And even though it's Robo Expand against Blink, traditionally you would think that Robo Expand, it's safe. You're going to be able to defend. But it's not 100%, especially on this map, on Sejong Station, because there's such a wide berth for you to blink into the main, blink into the natural. There's so much room for you to micro. And especially a player like Zest, like his control is going to be top notch.
Yeah.
So, what? I have never seen that before.
Do you think this is going to be for Void Rays, or you think? I think
judging by Oracle.
Judging by the rally point, I guess it would be Oracle.
I think he's doing blink pressure, and he's going to expand off this. He's going to do Oracle damage, but
wow.
I have never seen this before. This is really fun to watch.
We're even seeing Mothership core damage in the main now, too. 2 Stalkers get warped in. This could actually kill the Mothership at this point.
Yeah, though he'll be able to recall. But I don't know. He's getting good scouting. He knows the build of PartinG.
Look how much damage has been done to this Nexus already. All the shields are gone.
Yeah, and this is with a Stargate in production.
This is really interesting, and we see that Photon Overcharge has already been triggered. So he's going to lose that pretty early on here. Do see 2 Immortals in production, 1 being almost finished.
Yeah, and PartinG only has 2 gateways, so he's not going to have the gateway unit production that he really needs to be able to defend both his main base and his natural. And especially, I think Zest is expanding now, but especially because Zest has both Blink Stalkers in the natural and the possibility to send Oracle into the main base, you can't overcharge both bases.
No, absolutely.
So there's always
not.
going to be a window for him to do some damage.
Wow, this is so interesting.
And I think he's actually, is he going to blink into the natural from the opposite side and pick off probes?
That actually kind of sounds dangerous.
Or is he going into the main?
I think it has to be the main. Oh, he's going with the Oracle. Okay, so he's actually going to try and just do maximum damage in the main.
This is a really creative way of picking Robo-Expand apart.
Yeah, but does he actually have enough? I mean, the Oracle is there, but so is an Immortal.
Yeah, the Oracle only gets a few kills. Gonna get 1 more, but Zest is up 3 workers. His Nexus is halfway finished, even getting more workers, and he has a Forge in production. And so this is going to go into the mid game almost no matter what. And in the mid game, the most important thing in PvP, in my opinion, if both players are going for, say, the same army composition like Zealot, Archon, Immortal, which is standard fare for PvP these days.
Right.
The timing window where you would hit with +2 versus your opponent who has +1 is huge. If you have that upgrade advantage, it's huge.
Right, right.
And even at this point, I think PartinG understands now. He's putting down the Forge. He knows that Zest is playing macro off of this, but
it's so aggressive, man.
Yeah.
I was actually really hoping that Mothership Core would stay around and we'd see like a time warp.
Oh, on the probes and the Oracle goes in?
Yeah, that would have been beautiful. While the Stalkers were pressuring the natural, like that seems like a combination that would just be so epic, but not today. And looks like we see a bit of pressure on these Stalkers and Oracle. Oracle's still staying alive, but pretty low HP now.
Yeah, the Oracle is so fast and Stalkers with Blink are so versatile. Like, I don't think Zest is going to lose any units. I don't think he's lost almost anything at this point.
No, just those few probes early on from the Oracle, but from there, it's kind of stabilized.
Yeah, the worker counts are even, although I don't know, because Zest got his natural guys who's up almost a minute before PartinG's.
Right.
They're even on workers. His Forge is faster. He has...
Oh,
the Oracle does go down.
For a photon overcharge, though, so he's hanged around long enough and triggered another photon overcharge.
Yeah, the Revelation is so useful in the mid game in terms of like outmaneuvering your opponent.
That's a really good point too, actually.
And I feel like PartinG knows that he's safe going into the mid game. So at this point, there's not too much to worry about. But Zest, finding out even more probes.
10 probes have gone down all up.
10 probes because PartinG has only killed 1 unit.
Wow.
And there's a second Oracle in production.
Oh, why not? You know, get some value from this. Yeah.
And Zest is going to go for Storm Drops.
Wow. We have seen this very rarely, and we have seen this not work very well too.
Yeah, the reason why we don't see it very often is because to go for Storm Drops, that's 200, 200. And,
this Oracle jumps in.
Unexpected.
Yeah, doing some more damage here. 13 probes have gone down at this point.
Jeez. The worker counts are still even, but like...
Still, it's a lot of invested minerals into more probes to kind of keep up.
And in this position, KeSPA Cup quarterfinals, like there's so much stress.
So much stress, so much pressure on these players to do well. This is like the kind of the end of year tournament you want to be doing well, and now that Pro League is finished, and obviously GSL as well. But
Oracle coming back into the main base. There is a cannon. He will get 1 more probe kill.
Yeah, every little bit here.
And like I was saying before, the reason why we don't see Storm Drops very often is because it's so expensive. And PartinG does scout it, but I feel like in this position, Zest is far ahead enough that even the money that he invested into the Storm Drops, if it does nothing, he's still okay. So it gives him a lot of flexibility in terms of PartinG has to be on point, being able to defend all these different things.
Right, right. It's great to see Zest in like such an aggressive position here. I don't think we've ever seen Zest be so aggressive before.
I don't think I've ever seen any Protoss player play like this in PvP.
And here we go. We're going to see a Storm Drop here.
Oh, so many probes are going to die.
So much damage goes down.
That was really smart by PartinG, microing the probes to the mineral patch right in between both storms.
Yeah, that was...
But that still did so much damage.
That was insane. Saw a feedback on the Oracle as well, nullifying its damage, but 20 probes have gone down for PartinG at this point.
And through all this, though, they're still even on workers.
How insane is that? But it looks like Zest is kind of slowly getting ahead in supply. He's kind of up 10 supply-ish at this point.
Yeah, the most important thing right now, I think, is the Archon counts. Immortals don't really do much when it's Archon Zealot Immortal versus Archon Zealot Immortal. It usually comes down to the Zealots and the Archons and getting a good engagement and having better upgrades.
Right, right.
So at this point, it looks like we have 4 Archons for Zest, and I think PartinG only has 2 or 3, which even 1 Archon is a pretty big advantage. especially considering his army is already bigger.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And obviously Archon's doing very well against Zealots.
Oh, boy.
Kind of really caught out of position here. It's like
he's going to have to recall.
He's going to have to recall here. Time Warp goes down.
Oh, he's going to focus down the Mothership Core.
Oh, yeah.
Only one Time Warp goes down.
Wow, and Archon's on the right, completely out of position here.
Charge hasn't even finished for Zest, but it doesn't matter.
It's like he's going to try and kill the rocks. He does get the rocks in time, but still.
Really heads up play by PartinG, focusing down the rocks with his Immortals.
Yeah. But still, look how many Zealots there are.
As soon as Charge finishes, it's going to be so hard.
It's going to be brutal here. And he's going to go up, brute force up the ramp here. And with this many Zealots, I think he can very, very easily. Archon's in great position at the back. And GG from PartinG. Zest takes game 1 on King Sejong Station.
That has to be one of the most impressive PvP early game, mid game I've ever seen. I've never seen a Protoss player play it quite like that, especially on that map. Like, it's so specific to the map.
Yeah.
The Proxy Stargate behind the natural.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
it's so,
did he even find it?
It's so aggressive. I don't think he ever saw it. He might have saw it at the end there with his like Immortals when they were fighting nearby, but like